Hello and welcome to this episode. This is Sujaya Chaturvedula here to help solve the problem of our broken inner guidance system. In a world where most have been conditioned to doubt themselves, seek external validation and suppress their emotions, this is my bit to help hear your inner voice, heal your past pain and live purpose-led life rooted in intuition, not obligation. In fact, all of us are here to fix this problem of our broken inner guidance system. In this episode, we're going to be diving deep into the inner scenes, the deeper levels of any conflict that you seem to be having with any person in any kind of relationship. So let's understand that there may be n number of conflicts. And what is a conflict? Conflict is just a difference in idea. Person A has a certain set of ideas, person B has a set of ideas, and because these ideas do not completely match, there may be a little discussion, a little heated conversation, a little argument, a little debate, a little judgmental way of thinking, and so on and so forth. So basically, these conflicts are arising from the conflicting opinions that each of us have been carrying. A baggage of opinions, of ideas, of perceptions, of beliefs, of judgments between any two people in any relationship. Because this baggage of perceptions or opinions that you or the person A is carrying is different from the baggage of opinions and perceptions that person B is carrying, it is bound that there will be a little difference in the way you present your idea and what the idea is, and in the way the person B presents his or her idea and in what his or her idea is. So if you actually see through what is happening in this conflict, all these differences are stemming from that big baggage that they've been carrying. And this big baggage is different for each of these persons, right? So all these differences stem from the ego self, that is the pain body that each of them carries. Whereas when interacting on the physical plane, you are seeing just a bunch of chaos because of the n number of conflicts. On a deeper level, both are already connected with pure love. A spiritual relationship has already been established between person A and person B. This spiritual relationship has to be surfaced up to be realized at the physical level, at the emotional level, and the mental level. And that takes a little bit of awareness and realization to actually see through the chaos, see through the conflicts and connect with who that person really is. So let's understand who a person really is. So a person, you, me, or anybody, animate or inanimate, is the Atma, is energy, is God. And when I say God, God is not limited, not bound to a specific name and form. It's the entire universal energy, universal consciousness that is spread across the entire cosmos, the entire universes, the multiple universes that this cosmos has. So each one of us are at the spiritual level, we are an Atma. And what is the nature of Atma? The true nature of Atma is love, just love. Love is the energy, is the pure nature of Atma. Just that because of the pain body that we've been carrying, we somehow forget what our real nature is and we compromise ourselves while by living through the lens of the pain body. That's for another episode, but let's come back here, who a person really is. So within each person, huge dense rays of love emanate from the Atman of each of the persons. So much, like you look at sun, you won't be able to actually look at sun with bare eye. I mean, depending on the climatic conditions at wherever place that you are at. But realistically speaking, the rays are so powerful, so bright that a human eye cannot actually stare for a longer duration of time, for a longer period of time. So just imagine an Atman at the spiritual level, the Atma of that person is emanating huge, dense rays of love from person A that's happening, from person B that's happening. And you see, these both sets of dense rays are not different, are not, the people might be unique, but the Atma is one, right? The love is one. It's not your love is different from my love. That doesn't exist. That doesn't happen. So person A is emitting such huge dense rays of love. Person B is emitting such huge dense rays of love. Both sets of dense rays merge to create one huge set of rays of love, which is the basis of existence of Atma. The very basis of existence of Atma is love. The very base, the very foundation of Atma is love. Atma is love. Atma is God. Atma is the universal consciousness. Atma is the universal love. The very purpose of Atma, right? Now, let's understand the nature and the purpose of Atma. The nature of Atma is love. The very purpose of Atma is to serve. What do you think you can serve in this conflicting relationship, right? So when you are, okay, all that we can see with my eyes at this moment is the heated argument that I have gone through with this specific person. And it is so disturbing at the mental level, at my emotional level, that I am just frustrated. I just want to leave this place. I cannot get through all this spiritual drama and get into the Atmic level and then connect with the rays of love and blah, 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 blah. At that point of time, what can help you is to realize the very purpose of Atma. So the Atma is being housed by your body. And the very purpose of Atma is to serve. Now, to serve has a wide variety of meaning, okay? To serve has a very wide variety of meaning, which of course we cannot bring in one single episode. But let us be specific to this relationship in which you are at the physical plane, you are seeing conflicts, you are seeing frustration, you are going through mental anxiety, you are going through emotional overwhelm and frustration, all of that. So, as we have at the beginning of the episode, as we have started, both person A and person B are already connected, are already related at the spiritual plane with love. Now, through serving the other person, person A serving person B serving person A, through what does this service mean? Let's get to it. Through serving the other person, you will be able to bring up the spiritual relationship that already exists with this seemingly conflicting person. You will be able to bring up the spiritual relationship that already exists within you with that person to an emotional level, to the mind level, the mental level, and to the physical level. And that is when you can see through the entire drama of conflict and just laugh it off and just laugh away, because that is how life is. Life is creating scenes in this movie. I mean, universe is creating scenes in this movie called life, if it is your life, a movie called life, so that through every scene, the spiritual love that you are carrying inside you will be surfaced up, and you will be able to connect with that person. So through the love and service, that is the basic nature and the very nature and the very purpose of the Atma being housed in your body, you will be able to shed away the ego self. So what actually started as a conflict was because of the difference in the pain body that each of you have been carrying. So when I say, how can I serve the other person? Well, when I ask myself this question, okay, I'm in a conflict with this person. Now, how can I serve this person? Okay. So I see myself in a conflict with this person. And this conflict is coming up from the pain body that I've been carrying. I'm looking at the situation, whatever has happened, through a lens of the pain body. And because of that, I see it as conflict. Now, how can I serve that person? I can serve that person through first realizing that I am looking at this scene in my movie. I'm looking at the scene through the lens of pain body. And that is an illusion. That is an imagination that I'm carrying. The pain body was never mine. It was never mine. Why do I want to create a scene in my life with pain body being a part of me? By making the pain body as a part of myself. If it was never mine, the pain body, again, maybe to another episode, but the pain body is not mine. It's been coming down since ages, ancestors, and not just of the ancestors. It is also coming from society conditioning, various people, various dynamics, various parameters come into picture. You need not know the specific reason why this specific part of the pain body is still there with you. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, even without knowing the reason, you can very easily shed the pain body. That's the point. So our purpose is to actually dissolve the pain body and become one with God self. Dissolve the ego self and become one with God self. So, and once you realize the true nature and the true purpose of this Atma that is being housed by your body, you need not put in so much of effort to deal with the conflict, to deal with the other person's pain body through your pain body, to deal with your pain body. Okay, how do I deal with the other person's ego self now? Oh my God, how I'm trying to make him or her understand what the point is, what the problem is, and now you are bringing in another aspect that it is not the person, it is the person's ego self or the person's pain body. Right now, I don't want to confuse you at that level. Once you become aware of your pain body, at what time it is hitting you, at what time it is triggering you, at what time it is pushing you towards something, or it is making you react in a certain way, boom, that moment, that second, you are also aware. You will also become aware of the other person's, the fellow being's pain body. It is not at all a difficult effort. It is not at all a separate effort. All this happens right at that moment. So the more you practice watching your pain body, the more you practice how your ego self is shaping you, is making you behave, is making you react, the more you practice seeing the ego self or witnessing the ego self by being one with the God self, the more it becomes easier for you to understand, to see through that conflicting situation and to connect with that person's love, the love that is already present in you and in that person, and you both are have already been connected at the spiritual plane. So this entire vision of a huge dense rays of love emanating from the Atma in person A and the Atma in person B, and this huge dense rays of love, this huge ball merging and merging and merging and becoming huge and huge and huge. You can actually see through the entire universe filled up with the same love, with the same vibration called love, with the same energy called love, that you can never go back to your pain body. You can never go back to that ego self. You will always want to stay one with your God self, and you will do no matter what it takes to practice to stay with the God self, to practice to witness what the ego self is doing to you. That is what this vision that you can build up within you can help you with. And to do all this, what's important is having that silence within, where you can hear your inner voice. And it is that inner voice that guides you. It is that inner voice that guides you, that gently guides you in that conflict that you are seeing through with this physical eye, with this physical sense organ called eye, right? You are physically disturbed, you are mentally disturbed, you are emotionally disturbed, whatever it is. But if you can have that space within you, if you can hold that space within you, then the inner voice that has already been whispering to you will be experienceable by you. You will start to experience the inner voice speaking to you. It is not hearing with your physical sense organ called ear, but it is about experiencing the inner voice speaking to you. And all that can happen so what is the point? If you become a little aware at that moment, right at that moment when your pain body is kind of triggering you, and you hold space within you, not giving away that space to the ego self, not giving away the space to the pain body, not giving away your space, your power to the pain body. Just that moment of awareness is enough to deal with any kind of conflict that you may be having. It's not having in reality, but it is having as a scene in a movie, seemingly having, because deep down everybody is connected through love, with love. It's only at the surfacial level that you are seeing these differences, because each one has our own baggage of pain body. That's all. So very simple to speak, you may think so, but it is also very simple to start practicing, and the more you practice, the more simpler it gets. Yes, it is huge, the concept is huge, but it also becomes simpler. That is what the God self does to us. That is what your Atma does to you. It can simplify any kind of huge incomprehensible concept in very simple terms to you, just as how you understand through your inner voice. That is the power of your inner voice. That is the power of the God self that is residing within you. This brings me to the conclusion of this episode. Hope this has helped you. Please comment your takeaway from this episode, and make sure you implement at least just one point of whatever you've heard from this episode in the next 24 hours. Cheers. More power to you. Keep growing. Thank you. Bye-bye.